Good evening, XRP community. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you happen to be on this great planet. So this is going to be a different video again here, just shaking things up a bit, I guess. So there were 5 videos that came out last week that I thought were applicable and very interesting. And this is not going to be a deep dive, but there are some key players here that, you know, Bank of England, we know has done a proof of concept with Ripple, and I will show that in this video a little bit here. But really, I just wanted to share these videos with everybody here. I'm not going to play all of them. I'm just going to play an excerpt from the one video, which is a lady from the Bank of England here. But if you take a look at just what these videos are here, and I will play the intro to this one first. So if you can see here, obviously, the title of this entire series, which is in association with SWIFT, is Embracing Infrastructural Change, Constructing the Future of Payments. This is from January 16th, 2020. Not a whole ton of views on here, but there's some very key players in here. I think HSBC's in here, Bank of England's, the head of the UK and Ireland for SWIFT, Pay.UK, I believe, and I forget the other one. We will do the intros here. I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but I just want to let you know who's actually involved in this video. So,
hello, and welcome to the Bankers Leadership Series in association with SWIFT, exploring how the financial industry is really working together to construct the future of payments. I'm Joy McKnight, Managing Editor of The Banker, and I'm joined by
Vikesh Patel, Head of SWIFT UK and Ireland.
Paul Horlock, CEO of Pay.UK.
Victoria Cleland, Executive Director of Banking Payments and Innovation at the Bank of England.
Simon Eacott, I'm Head of Innovation and Business Development at NatWest.
I'm Andrew Smith, CTO at RTGS Global and Clearbank.
Marco Hughes, Managing Director of Core Payment Product, Global Liquidity and Cash Management, HSBC.
In the first chapter, we'll explore.
So these are some familiar names here, obviously. HSBC, NatWest, I'm sure there's stuff out there. I can't think of anything off the top of my head here. SWIFT, obviously, we know about SWIFT. And Bank of England, we know, did a proof of concept with Ripple also. So I'm going to share, these are extremely interesting videos, like I said. So I will go through real quick and just show you what the titles of all 5 of these videos, because I personally think they're very much so worth watching. And then I want to play an excerpt from one. And then for those of you that aren't aware, just kind of go through the Bank of England. And actually this lady in particular, what she said about the proof of concept with Ripple, etc. So the first video on here is Embracing Infrastructural Change, constructing, and this whole series is constructing the future of payments. Second one is Enabling a Digital Economy. Third is Leveraging Standardization. Fourth is Resilience by Design, and fifth is Empowering Innovation. I'm not going to go through all these for you guys because that's nonsense, but I will link all of these, and I think that they're very much so. I mean, they're important because it's what XRP in general is trying. You know, the use case is going to accommodate. I mean, it's instantaneous settlement, but there's also a base layer and a foundation of technology that needs to be built for these institutions to be able to utilize something like XRP. And I'm not saying that's everything's going to be running on XRP and Ripple Tech, but this gives you a good idea where all these institutions are, and even institutions. HSBC has been a rumored Ripple client, and Bank of England, we know, has worked with Ripple. So just so you're aware, this is Victoria Cleveland, and she is the one that is in this video right here. And so on 24th of September 2019, Payments, a Platform for Innovation came out. She spoke about the renewed RTGS service, and she touches on this again in the video that they just put out a few days ago, or that she was interviewed on a few days ago here. The renewed service will not be built on distributed ledger technology, and she reiterates that again in the video you're about to see, which is newer. But firms who use DLT will be able to connect to the service. We have completed a proof of concept to understand whether our renewed service could be capable of supporting settlement and systems operating on innovative payment technologies. The punchline was that it could. We continue to engage with fintech firms to maintain our understanding of technology developments. Keep that in mind. So their renewed real-time gross settlement system can interoperate with DLT for settlement. And we all know what XRP facilitates, right? Instantaneous settlement. So I will go and just quickly go on what her speech is here, and then we'll move on. And I hope this video is a little bit shorter for you. My wife's sick. I'm not trying to drag this on way too long. So
In terms of the position of the central bank, again, how are you seeing this really develop the digital economy?
We're working really closely with industry to understand where they see the changes and what they want. So some of the things we've done recently are to introduce non-bank service providers to the real-time gross settlement system, and through that we'll get greater competition and innovation in the market there. But that's responding to what we can see at the moment. We're also working to think what might be needed in the next few years. So for example, in the new system we're going to introduce capability to be 24/7. We're also looking at things, for example, synchronized payments that could make cross-border easier. So we see the core infrastructure as an enabler. We want to be as ready as the industry. We've decided, for example, we won't build on distributed ledger technology, but we've done some work, proof of concepts, to ensure that if in the future players using DLT want to connect to us, they can. So I think we need to be there, horizon scanning with the industry so that we can enable and embrace their innovation.
Well, I think that's a really important part, which is
again, I'm not going to play this whole video. So non-bank service providers connectivity to the renewal for the RTGS system. We all know that the proof of concept already happened with Ripple. She's talking about she's talking about streamlined settlement for cross-border transactions, all this different stuff, and she's mentioning once again. So this came out 4 or 5 days ago, and she's reiterating what she touched on in November of last year. They are not building on any of the proof of concepts they've done with DLT platforms. I'd have to really look a little bit more in to see if any of the other platforms that they did proof of concepts with were truly trying to facilitate cross-border payments. I should say settlement. But so not building on those, but the ability to connect to those. So when we all know the Bank of England is also Interledger Protocol, ILP. I've seen that multiple times. And I believe that, let me double check here. If I can't find it, I apologize. But I know it's actually in this document too. I will link this document too. At some point, they do touch on the Bank of England being connected to the Interledger Protocol. I'll link all these. If I find it, I'll put it in the comments here. But I wanted to make a quick video for all of you. So we see here FinTech proof of concept. Actually, it's in this. Bank of England carried out a proof of concept with Ripple to explore synchronized movement. And pay attention to the words. I'm not going to go through all 5 of these videos that are new, but pay attention to phrases, because I noticed that synchronized, you always hear level playing field. You always hear certain things that lead you to believe that, hey, maybe they're talking about something that we actually care about. And the more that you dig, the more that you realize that these terms have been used before in documents that you actually do care about. So, okay, and this is it. So carried out a proof of concept with Ripple to explore the synchronized movement of 2 different currencies across 2 different real-time gross settlement systems linked using Ripple Connect and the Interledger protocol. So we know Bank of England is on the ILP or has capabilities of that, as well as RippleNet here. So, and this is actually the document from the Bank of England also. This proof of concept was a useful exercise to develop the bank's understanding of synchronization. Possible technical solutions. Our key points were ILP, able to support synchronization of payments between 2 simulated real-time gross settlement ledgers. Remember, they're talking about this renewal and what in these newer videos of the, and she even talks about that and touches base on the renewal of the RTGS system for the Bank of England, which they've taken over CHAPS as well, if you're not aware. ILP validator created a single source of truth between the 2 ledgers, eliminating the need for separate processes. Cross-border payments, when applied to wholesale markets, present different challenges than when compared with retail and corporate transactions, which the Ripple product is designed to handle. And I just thought this was very interesting. I mean, she's talking about the capability, yeah, they're not building on a DLT platform. And just see, this is January 16th, 2020 here. But they have capabilities. If other institutions are connected, they can connect. And we all know where this is going eventually anyways. But it's all the same thing. You've got HSBC in here too. All 5 of these videos I will link for you all. I think they're extremely interesting. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. I hope to post some videos this week. Thanks. Bye.